What's going on, y'all? This is ManCodeTV. Thank you once again for tuning in. To all my subscribers, I'm back. 2020, it's gonna be a great year. Hey, let's get into it. And for anybody that's new, I appreciate you for coming out. Make sure you sub to the channel. We got a lot of great content. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and get into this story. All right, so we got a bizarre story right here, and it's real interesting. It caught my eye, so I gotta make a video about this. So basically what we got is a 21-year-old woman named Gemma Watts, and she's out of the UK, the United Kingdom. And this woman has been charged, and not only charged, but also convicted of sexual assault of young teenagers, like underage teenagers. These were all female teenagers ranging from the ages of like 13 all the way up to like 14, 15 years old. So what makes this story so bizarre is, so this is a 21-year-old woman, right? But this woman dressed herself up like she was a 16-year-old boy. And she ended up sexually assaulting these young girls. So how did she go about doing this? What she did was she went on social media like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. And she, she gained the little girls' confidence and stuff like that. She gained their trust. So she would go on to these social media things and, posting little things and like sliding into their like DMs and stuff like that, making little comments and stuff about their posts. And she ended up befriending all these little girls. And so she posed herself as a 16-year-old boy, someone around their age. And I think her post name was Jake Wanton or something like that. Hold on, let me just check real quick. Yeah, Jake Watton. That was her screen name, or that's what she told all the little girls that were on here. That's what she said her name was. So she's going on these posts saying, I'm Jake, blah, 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 blah. I'm 16, da, 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 da. And so she ends up like dating these little girls, I guess online, and somehow she's going to see them and stuff like that. So she ends up not only meeting them online, but she actually goes and sees some of these young girls. And I'm guessing that the older girls that were like 14, 15 years old, I guess kind of going into like high school age, she was going to their houses, because it says in the story that even the kids, parents and stuff, they didn't know that she was actually a girl. They thought she was a boy. So they said what she'd do is when she'd go to these people's houses, she would dress up like she was a boy. So she'd tuck her shirt and stuff in. She put her hair under her hat, I guess like young boys do. And I'm not sure how they dress over there in the UK, but I'm guessing, just like a low ball cap and like a sweater or something like that, or like a hoodie. And so she was dressing herself up like a little boy, and she was fooling everybody. Like she even fooled her parents. She fooled the little girls. And they said she even talked to him on the phone, which I don't understand that. Like, how can you talk on a phone and pretend like you're a boy when you're a girl? Like, I'm guessing you put on like a deep voice and it works. I don't know, man. This story is weird. I don't understand it. Don't get it. But anyway, so at some point, let me see, hold up. So one of the little girls, I think like a 14-year-old girl, she went to a policeman and was like, my boyfriend, he sexually assaulted me. So they ended up doing an investigation. Yeah, April of 2018, that's when the police started doing an investigation from one of the girls saying that the boyfriend sexually assaulted her. And this ended up being this Jake Watton, which is really Gemma Watts, which I know is crazy. So they doing an investigation, and they end up, arresting the girl, and she ended up posting bail. But when she posted bail, you know, during that time she was on bail, they ended up finding her with a 15-year-old girl that she was assaulting as well. She ended up assaulting and whatnot. So they ended up putting her back in jail. And then more victims came forward and said, you know, my boyfriend's been assaulting me. You know, I had some issues with him, whatever, I've been sexually assaulted. That's how they found out it was even more victims than just the first victim, the first one or two victims. And like I said, all the way down to like a 13-year-old little girl. And it's just crazy that no one knew that this was a little boy. I mean, this was actually a girl dressed up like a little boy. And this is a 21-year-old woman. It's not like some teenager pretending to be like a little boy. This is a grown woman pretending like to be a teenage boy so she could gain the trust of little girls to assault them and stuff like that. It's crazy. And so, you know, they tried to get her off on, you know, how they always try to get you with the self-defense, or not self-defense, but, you know, like the I'm crazy defense. You know, something's mentally ill with my client type deal. But the judge wasn't going for it. Ended up still sentencing her to 8 years in prison, which he should have done. You know, I gotta applaud him for doing that. You know, over there in the UK. Not sure how that would have went over here in the US, but I'm glad they took care of business over there in the UK and then let her get off because she was a girl and, you know, having sympathy and all that stuff. The whole story is crazy and bizarre. You even have women now that are dressing up like men so they can assault women. Like, you can't even make this stuff up, man. It's wild. It's crazy. You know, I had to like report on this story. It's mind-boggling and it's confusing. Even when I was trying to read the story to y'all, I was getting confused myself. I read it 3 or 4 times. And then even when I'm reading it to y'all and I'm reciting it back to you, it's still confusing as hell. So I don't know what's going on out here, man, in society. It's wild. You got grown women pretending to be little boys so they can assault little girls. I don't even understand. I'm confused. I think everybody confused. But anyway, I appreciate y'all for coming through, checking out this video. You know, like I said, sub to the channel. And until the next time, I'm out.